memory operations. What are the various operations that are going to be performed by memory? So what he is trying to say is, see what is mean by a program? Set of instructions. Okay, so what is an instruction consists of? The instruction consists of opcode and operands. Okay, where are the values of the operands are going to be stored? They are stored in the memory. Okay, that means, see, whatever the data means input values, intermediate values, output values. Okay, the values should be stored in the memory. Though they may store in the register is nothing but a memory unit. Okay, so whatever the instruction you are writing, that means whenever you write a program, what you used to do generally used to save it now. Saving means it is going to be stored in a memory. Okay, that means whatever the program we are writing, whatever the input values we are giving, whatever the intermediate values we are getting, whatever the final output value we are getting, all these are storing in a memory. Okay, all these are storing in a memory. Next, to execute an instruction, the instruction that are stored in the memory has to be transferred to processor from memory location. See, everything is stored in the memory. Okay, if everything is stored in the memory, is it good? Does the signal, does a program executes? No, no. So for executing that particular program, what is the thing that is to be going to be happen, or what is the thing that should be happen is, first of all, the program or the values, not the program, the values that are stored in the memory, they should reach the processor. Then only the processor can perform some operation on that particular values, depending on the type of instruction. Okay, that means if two values comes from memory to processor, then if the instruction is addition, then the processor is going to perform some addition. If the instruction is subtraction, then the processor is going to perform some subtraction. If the instruction is multiplication, then the processor is going to perform some multiplication. That means the processor can perform some operation on the operands only when they come from the memory and reach the, only when they came from the memory and reach the processor. If not, the processor won't do anything. Next, whenever the processor performs some operation, we'll get some result. That means if I add two numbers, 12 and 13, I will get 25 as a result. I will get 25 as a result. Okay, that result should again store in the memory. The result also should store in the memory. That means whenever you are performing any operation, the operand should come from the memory. Though they may be registers, though they may be written in the memory locations, whatever it may be. Registers are also memory units. Okay, if you specify direct memory location, that is also a memory. Okay, except immediate value, rest all the things will come under the concept of memory. Okay, so whenever you are trying to perform, whenever the processor is trying to perform any operation on the operands, the operand should come from the memory. Then only the processor will perform the desired operation, either addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Okay, and whenever the operation is completed, whenever the operation is completed, we'll get some output. Okay, the value, the output value also should be moved from this, should be moved into the memory. So that is the memory operation. That means the obtained results must also be moved between the memory and the processor. Okay, the results what we are going to get, those will be moved from processor to memory. Okay, so that is the memory operations. Okay, for these things there are two. This is one more important thing one should remember, or one should learn. There are two important operations. One is the load operation and the other one is store operation. What is mean by loading and what is mean by storing? See, I think I have discussed previously, but once again I will give you a detailed introduction about this one. See, for example, I want to shift my house from Tenali to Guntur, or Guntur to Terali. Okay, so I have booked one lorry, transportation lorry. Okay, so then what that particular transportation lorry persons will do, they will just load the lorry with the goods that are present in my house. I might have a fridge, I might have a TV, I might have washing machine, something like that. Okay, so whenever I want to shift my house, okay, here the data, here I am performing shift operation from here Guntur to Tenali. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to call a transportation lorry. Okay, the persons will comes along with the lorry. what they used to do, they will load the lorry. That's what we will tell now. Load. They will load the lorry with my what we will call with my TV, with my washing machine, with my fridge, like that. So whatever the things I have, they used to load the lorry with my things. Okay. Then what they will do, after loading the lorry, they will transport that particular items to the destination. That means my house which I have newly constructed or whatever it may be. Okay. Or to my house which is already present in Tenali. Okay. So what they used to do, they used to load the vehicle with the load, with the what we will call, with the items that are present in Tenali, and they used to travel with that lorry up to where? Up to the desired destination, that is up to Tenali, to my house at Tenali. Okay. Once they reached my house, what they used to do, now they will take the items which are loaded previously, they will now take those particular fridge, particular TV, particular washing machine, whatever the things, and they used to place in my new home. They used to place in my new home. Okay. So that is called storing. Loading means taking something from the memory. See, house is a memory unit, isn't it or not? Because in house we will store. You may store money in the birva. You will store your items. You will store your laptops. You will store your books, whatever it may be. So home is nothing but a memory unit where you store everything. Okay. Loading means taking something from your home. That means taking something from your memory unit and placing it somewhere to the lorry. Lorries are nothing but registers. Lorries are nothing but registers. Okay. By using that register, we are transferring the data. Okay. And whenever and we will transfer the data from that register to where? The desired location, the desired another memory value. Okay. Isn't it or not? So whenever you load the lorry, it will reach up to Tenali, my home at Tenali. Once it reached my home, what they are going to do, they use to again store the value. They used to again, what they used to do, they used to again store the value. So that is the thing that is going to happen, loading and storing. Okay. So loading means taking something from the memory unit. Storing means taking something from the register and storing and placing it in a memory. Okay. If the data transfer is from memory to a register, then it is called load operation. Storing means register to memory, because where we will store? In memory. Okay. It may come from somewhere else, but it should be placed in the memory. So that is about the loading and store units. So that's what they have mentioned here. See, load, reading or fetching from the memory. Loading means we are taking something from the memory. Store means we are going to place it in the memory. Taking means technically it will be called as read operation. Okay. Storing means technically it will be referred as write operation. So we are having read operation and write operation. Okay. Reading means taking the value. Writing means storing the value. Okay. So that's what he has mentioned here. We are having load operation and store operation. The load instruction transfers a copy of content of a specific memory location to processor. See here carefully. See, a copy of contents of a specific memory or specific. 1 minute. I know it. Spotlight. Yeah. See here, if you observe, it will copy a contents of specific memory location to processor. That means the data it transferred is from memory location to processor. Then it is called load operation. Okay. So how can I perform the load operation? Means initially I will tell. That means, for example, if I want to shift my house, I will tell or I will call to the lorry transportation members about my house. Okay. So and so is my house. So and so is the address of my house. Then the persons will come along with the lorry. That's what that is going to happen. Initially, the processor sends the address of the desired memory location to the memory and requests the contents to be read. So initially, if I want to change my house, I will call to some packers and movers company that so and so is my address. You just come to my address and take my items. Okay, that is the thing now. So I have to initiate the transaction. Then they will come. Okay, they will take all my items. The memory reads the data that is stored and the address and sends them to the processor. So that persons will come. They will load all the items into the lorry. So that's what will happen in the load operation. Next, store operation. Yeah, store. See, they have loaded all the lorry. Okay, and they want to send it to the processor. Okay, they have taken to the processor. Then the processor performs some operation. That means either it may perform some addition, subtraction, multiplication, or something. It has performed some operation. We have got some result. Okay, next, what is the thing that is to be done? The result should be stored in some memory location. Okay, that means here the data is being transferred from processor to a memory location. Such kind of operation is called stored operation. See, the store operations transfers an item of information from processor to the specific memory location. Here the data is going to be transferred from processor to the specific memory location. Okay, so from processor we are going to transfer the data to a memory location. Okay, na? If there is some value in that particular previously, for example, if I want to transfer the data that is present in my processor to a memory location by numbered 2000H. 2000H is the address of a memory location. Previously, if that memory location has a value of 45H or 50H, and now the new value is 75H, then what is the thing that is going to happen? Means that previous value is going to be deleted and the new value is going to be updated with the previous value. The new value is going to be updated with the previous value. Okay, that's what they are going to specify here. The process sends the address. Next, how come this will happen? Means here we does not initiate. The processor itself will initiate the address where we have to go. The processor itself will initiate the address where it should be placed. Okay, then obviously it will go to that particular address and it will store the value. Okay, so that is about store operation. Okay, so we'll stop here.